After the love is gone, we used to be right is wrong. What's going on there? Hope you feeling good, because I know what thing, you're looking good. After the love is gone. Wow. One of the great songs from the Elements, Earth, Wind, and Fire. You never heard it, go listen to it. Great song. But it is funny how after the love is gone. So you know how you start off and you start dealing with somebody and you say to yourself, wow, you know, I can never see myself without this person again. And I'm not just talking about, you know, like the little flings or whatever, but, you know, somebody you're like, you know what? As we say here in Philly, I'm going to take this one personal. I'm going to be with her. You know, I'm just going to, it's just this thing that I got with her. And I wanted to last for a long time, right? So this is how it usually starts off. You know how the text messages, you know, or I'm sorry, the voice messages or like the tone on the voice. It's almost like, yeah, well, you know, I've been such and such and such and such, and, you know, I really feeling you, and, you know, I really like you, and, you know, I can't wait to see you either, right? You can't wait to see me either too. And, you know, then you get the text messages and they say, you know what I mean? Hey, handsome. Or, you know, you might say to her, hey, pretty. Or you get one of those that says, well, I can't wait to see you later, baby. And you're like, oh, damn. I just went from that guy to baby. I'm baby. That means, whoa, she really is feeling me. She calling me baby. That means that, whoo, I'm deep inside of her. But then over a period of time, you know, things start to happen, things go on, and then you wonder to yourself, you were like, hey, what happened? So then it goes from baby to, or honey or whatever, to babe, right? Which is still, you know, acceptable, to hey. But this is how you know when it's really bad. When your text messages have just your regular name in them. Yeah, Greg, can you such... That's when you know, hey, the love is starting to go. And it's a terrible feeling, isn't it? Because, you know, we all been there before, where you deal with somebody and you're like, something just doesn't feel right anymore. You know, like I'm not getting dinner. I'm not getting like affection. Like I've said in another video before, where, you know, y'all sleeping in the same bed, but it ain't nothing popping. And you just feel like, you start to feel like, yo, what am I doing here? What do you need me here for? Or just, even if you don't live together, like, what am I around for? And you got to start thinking to yourself, has the love gone? Because, you know, we looked up love before and it's a deep, intense feeling for another person. That's what love is, right? So, and you think to yourself, well, I do still love them, but am I in love with them? Or, because what usually happens is that one person loves the other person more than the other one, especially after all of those tingly, you know, feel, oh yeah, babe, oh yeah, boo, oh yeah, such and such, and all of that. So after that stuff, after the initials are gone, maybe the first year or two, and that's gone, then it's kind of like it goes into just seeming regular again. And, you know, you start to think to yourself like, dang, is it something I did? Or like, is it something that I didn't do? Because now that feeling of love has gone. And you sitting back thinking to yourself like I don't feel as good as I used to feel about her. I don't feel the same type of passion. You know, like when I call her, you know, I remember before I could call any time of the day. Hello? Even if she was sick. Hello? Either way, you would always get that call. Or even with text messages, especially, you know, over the years when people do more texting. You know, you text, even if she was busy at work, you know, within 5 minutes, oh, I ain't doing nothing, babe. What's going on with you? Or, you know what? I can't wait to see you later on tonight, baby. And then as sometimes times go past, and when the love is gone, you're lucky if you get a text message within an hour or two. And then what does that usually start leading to? Yo, you know what I mean? Stuff that you got to start acting. And when men start getting called insecure, then you got to start saying, excuse me, sexy soul sister, I text you at 12 o'clock while you at work or whatever. It's like 3 something. Well, I got busy at work, so, I just didn't have time to call you back. I didn't have time to, get to my phone because my job was busy. And you think to yourself, wait, you mean the same job that you had a year ago when you used to text me back all kinds of stuff and everything during the middle of you working? And when it did get too busy, you'd be like, boy, you crazy. I'll call you back in a minute. And then on lunch break, boom, you used to get that call. Or whenever the first time that she got free, it wasn't just a text message, you would get the phone call. And it was almost like you couldn't wait for the phone call to be on the phone, and you didn't even want the phone call to end. But after the love is gone, you start feeling to yourself like, was it ever there? Because you know how it is. When you break up with somebody, or, you're going through that weird space where a breakup could be imminent, or you start to question, well, and especially with guys do this, I don't necessarily want to break up with her because I don't want anybody else with her. So you start to hold on and you start to settle for less. You start to become one of those guys who, not saying that you become a simp, but, you kind of let stuff go past your desk without getting your stamp of approval. Because in your mind, that the love is gone. Now, I say that, but, she may still love you, but it's not the same kind of love. It's not the kind of welcoming, endearing love. So you kind of feel like you're this guy out to sea trying to get back home, and hopefully when you get back home, she's still there waiting for you. Or is she in the arms of another guy? And see, I think a lot of times the thing women don't understand about men is that men are, and they may understand it and just, really doesn't matter. But that men are territorial and men get possessive. And it's not being insecure a lot of times. We remember the patterns. We remember what used to go on, how things used to be when the love was there. So now that we don't want to deal with you texting us back 3 hours later, we don't want to deal with, every night or every 3 nights. Because I'll tell you a situation. So I remember I was dating somebody and the love was there. I'm telling y'all, it was real. It was real. So the love was there and it felt great. Everything worked out. It's seemingly at first, maybe first year and a half, 2 years. And you could feel it because when they wanted to go out, it wasn't, oh, babe, I'm going out. It's we're going out. Come on, let's go out together. Or even if you ain't feel like doing it, I don't feel good or I'm chilling, you go out with your boys or you do such and such. Like that real love kind of stuff. And then, because, I've been around the block a few times, then it's on a Wednesday night, you start getting set up. Well, yeah, babe, do you want to stay with the kids or do you mind such and such and such and such? Because, what I'm going to do is that, I'm going to, me and Sally Mae, we're going out later on tonight. Or I'm sorry, we're going out on Friday night. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, all right, you kick that to me on Wednesday because you're going out Friday. Cool. All right, whatever. And everybody deserves to go out. I'm not saying that. But then here we go again. So another week goes past. Yeah, what's up? What you doing tonight? What's up? Well, I can't come over because, or what I'll do is I'll come over Friday after me and Fannie Mae go out to the club or go to the bar or go whatever because she having a birthday party for her cousin's sister's mother, and they trying to get as many people to go there to get there. And you're like, okay, but then you start seeing a pattern, and you're like, wait a minute. You used to love me so much. We used to kick it all the time. We used to do so much stuff together, and I'm talking real adult stuff, And now it's you got time for me after you have time to do all these other things. You turned into a stay-at-home, do the stuff together mom, or, because I know some of you guys have dated moms and stuff like that, into a not stay-at-home street mom, where you being outside means more to you than being inside with me. And I know a lot of other guys have gone through that or been through situations like that before, because I'm a guy and I talk to a lot of guys. So after the love has gone, because there's two things with that. Because after the love is gone, you got to process the love being gone from dealing with her to trying to now learn how to love somebody else again. You got to go from learning how or getting over not being in love or loving her once it ends to getting back to yourself and trying to love again. It's tough. And guys, I'm not saying that women don't go through it, but like I always tell you, I'm not a woman. So as a man, I know. And it hurts. And what usually happens is, and that's why I said that song, because guess what? That is the one good thing they have. They have a lot of good songs for once you break up to help you get through it. So, you let me know how you feel after the love is gone. Does it come back on? Or do you got to go find somebody else down the road? But hey, until next time, you know what it is. Live life. Don't let life live you.